Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. I have 10 plus years of experience in HR and I train professionals and students in improving their communication skills, soft skills, professional English and overall personality development. And I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently with my experience. So stay tuned, stay connected and watch the entire video to know more, to master the skill. Well, today I'm going to start with 5 minutes English speaking challenge. Now, what is the idea behind this? Basically, we all struggle with speaking in English. We know how to read, we can understand English, we can read English, but when it comes to speaking or talking to anybody or having a conversation with someone, we are not able to, right? We feel nervous, we start sweating, we forget words, we get blank, and so many things happen to us, right? And the most important thing is we are not confident at all. We lose our confidence immediately once we are asked to speak or when we have to speak. We lose our confidence, right? And the result is we are not able to speak up. The only solution here is practice. We don't pay enough attention to practice or English speaking practice. When we are at school, we do get a lot of opportunities to go and speak on stage or in front of the class. But many of us don't feel like getting up to speak, right? We all feel shy, we feel less confident, or we just ignore that. We don't want to get into that uncomfortable position, right? So that is why we hold ourselves back. That is the reason why we are not able to speak. We have to take that courage to stand up or to go ahead and speak up, share our ideas, speak our heart out. Whatever is there in your mind, whatever is there in your head, just speak it up. So speaking is very important. That is why I've come up with 5 minutes English speaking challenge, wherein I'm going to take up any simple topic every day for at least a week, and I'll speak on it so that you can shadow with me, repeat after me, speak with me, or you can take my topic and you can start speaking on your own, or you can take my topic, my ideas and just speak on it. Okay, after listening to me. So you can do n number of things by watching this one single video. The topics will be very simple, very easy. You just have to start thinking and speaking. That is the only thing you have to do. So today I'm going to take this simple topic, how to introduce yourself. I'm just going to introduce myself and you can use my sentences to come up with your own introduction. Yes, it will be a very simple session and you'll be able to use those sentences for yourself as well, for your introduction as well. So let's get started. But before that, if you haven't subscribed my channel, guys, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. Well, today's topic is how to introduce yourself. So I'm going to tell you how you can start introducing yourself in a very simple, easy way in 5 minutes. Yes, you can start preparing your introduction for any interviews, any meeting or any casual, formal, informal meetings also very easily. I will divide this topic in two parts. One will be a casual introduction and one will be a formal introduction. Right? In casual introduction, like when we are meeting our relatives, friends of friends or family members or any people who are not our professional counterparts or who are not related to our profession. So how do we meet them and how do we introduce ourselves to them? Let's start with this. So what I'll do is I'm going to give my introduction first, and then I'm going to explain what formats or how you can use this format for your introduction. So here is my introduction. Hi, my name is Tina. I stay in Pune. I'm here to attend my cousin's wedding and I'm glad to meet you. Whoever you're meeting or whoever you're talking to, you can just say, I'm glad to meet you. I'm glad to see you here. We're meeting after a very long time. I hope everything is good at your end. So you can just talk about, your name and where you are from, and then you can say, why are you here that place, and you can just ask how they are, how he or she is, and you're happy to meet that person here. Okay, and then further you can talk about how things are at your end, or you can just talk about the wedding, the venue, the place you are in, and what you are doing there. You can just talk a little about that. So you can say, so we can continue. The wedding venue was quite near to my place, so it didn't take much of my time to reach here. It's a nice venue. The decoration is also beautiful. And the best part is I've got to meet a lot of my relatives and friends here. And I can see a big menu here. So the food is also smelling delicious, and there are lots of items to eat as well. Would you like to join me? Let's try something. Let's go and eat. Okay, so this is how you can just start talking to somebody you have met at the wedding or anywhere else at any occasion. So the first part is you can just start introducing yourself. Okay, what is your name, where you are from, and why did you come here? And you can just say that you are glad to meet the other person, and how are things at her or his end. So you can say that, and then you can just talk a little bit about the wedding or that function or the place where you are in. Okay, just describe a little about it, and then you can ask a follow-up question so that the other person can also start answering or having a conversation with you. So this is a small introduction which you can give when you meet your friends, relatives, or anybody or close acquaintances, right? So this is an informal or casual introduction. So there are three parts to it. First is your introduction, what is your name and where you are from. Then the second part comes is what you're doing at this place, and then you can talk about the other person, that you're glad to meet that person here. Okay, and then you can ask about that person, how he or she is. Okay, the third part is you can just start talk a little bit about the venue or the place you are in. And then the fourth one is you can ask a follow-up question so that the other person can also start speaking to you, having a conversation with you. Okay, so these are the 4 steps which you have to take care or keep in mind. Coming to the formal conversation, how will you start introducing yourself, or how will you introduce yourself formally? In a business meeting or in any other meeting or in an interview. The first part is, again, you have to start with who you are, where you are from, or a bit about your background. Now, you don't have to talk everything since childhood, where you are born and how you're brought up and what education you did and everything else. You don't have to talk about that. You just have 1 or 2 minutes to introduce yourself. You don't extend that introduction. Okay, so I'll tell you how you can be short and sweet or precise in your introduction, and what all important things you can include in your introduction, so as the other person can also be interested in knowing more about you. So your introduction should create a curiosity in the interviewer or the other person who is with whom you're having a meeting, right? So it should generate curiosity. So that should be your introduction. That is how your introduction should be, so that you can have a conversation, right, through that introduction. So I'm going to give you an introduction. I'll speak and then I'll explain it to you. Hi, my name is Tina. I'm from Pune. I have 10 plus years of experience in HR. I've handled recruitments as well as core HR. Recently, I'm more into training and development and soft skill training and communications training. I help people with improving their communication skills, soft skills, business English, and overall personality development. I've worked with a lot of MNCs and I still do. I think getting into training and development was something which I really wanted to do since childhood, but I realized it very late. I was very much interested in interacting with people, talking to them, understanding their views, ideas, challenges. So I was very much into people. I was a people's person since childhood. So I was very interested in speaking to everyone, whether it is a child or a senior citizen. I always spoke to all age groups. I was very eager to talk to everybody, all age groups. So I think this was the quality which helped me to get into training and development and to understand people and to help them with possible solutions. And I'm very happy to be in this field, helping people change their lives. So guys, this is how I'll introduce myself to somebody in a business meeting or during an interview also. See, interview is a place where you don't have to put everything in front of the interviewer. You just have to highlight or focus on your qualities, right? I related my skills or my profession to my childhood, like how it was related, how it is in my personality, right? So you have to talk about your skills. You have to project your skills in the interview so that the person sitting in front listening to you gets more curious and understand what you are talking about, or can dig more into your profession or experience. So you have to relate it. If you talk about that you have leadership qualities or you're very good in something, you have to support it with an example also, right? If you say you have leadership qualities, you have to say that, in my previous company I used to work as a manager or used to work as a team lead or whatever. You just have to support it. So this is how you speak about. So whenever you have to introduce yourself, talk about you a bit, your name, where you are from, and then you just directly jump into your experience if you are an experienced professional. So you have to jump into the experience and you have to talk about your experience a bit, and you have to highlight your skill sets there, what you're strong in, and you have to support it. Okay, so you have to support it with examples or your life, but whichever is convenient for you, so that the other person also understands, yeah, you have this skill and you have done it before. So that is one thing. If you are a fresher, complete fresher, you don't have any experience, you can highlight your skills by saying that you were a volunteer for the annual event or any summit which has happened, or any event which has happened, any marketing event or any other event which has happened in your college. You were a volunteer, you coordinated the event, you hosted the event, or whatever, whatever you have done, you just highlight those things. Any curricular activity, extracurricular activity which you have done, or anything else which exhibits your skills, right? And you can talk a bit about your education also. How was your education like? What did you do there? What were your challenges? So 1 or 2 lines you can just add about your educational background as well, to highlight some qualities. Not that I scored 90% in my 12th and I scored 9 percentile in my graduation. You don't have to say all these things. You can just say I was one of the toppers in school and college. It's just that you don't have to talk about your percentage or percentile there. So just in one sentence you can say, but you should highlight your skills. Whatever you have done, you just try to bring that and highlight your skill set, so that the other person understands, okay, you have these skills which probably they'll match with whatever requirement they have, and then they will think about if you can fit in that skill set. Okay, so that is why reading a JD is also very important. You have to read the JD very well and see what they are looking for, and accordingly you have to prepare your answer and highlight your skill sets. So this is how you can talk about or introduce yourself in an interview. So guys, I'm sure you will be able to prepare your own introduction in this way. Again, this is divided into 3 parts. The first is you have to introduce yourself, your name and a little bit about your background, and then you have to jump in to your experience and you have to highlight your skill sets with an example. Okay, and finally you can end it up with what you are looking forward to, what skill sets more you want to add on or you want to grow in which area. So this is how you can end your introduction. Okay, if you are a fresher, what you can do is you can start introducing yourself by telling your name and your background and a bit of your education, and then highlighting your skills, supporting with any curricular, extracurricular activity which you have done in your school or college, or any sports you have played, or anything you have done. So by those examples you can highlight your skill sets, and then you can end with what you're looking forward to and how you want to grow in your career, because you're a fresher, right? You want to learn skills, you want to grow in your career. So what you're looking forward to, so is very important. So these 3 things you have to remember while preparing your introduction, and definitely you are going to introduce yourself in a better way. So guys, that's a wrap for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.